Good morning, everybody in the Safu army. Well, actually, I'm wrong. The SafuuX army. Today, I am heading off to work to lay a very, very, very expensive oak floor, solid oak flooring. $3,000 they've spent on this. $3,000 they've spent on the oak flooring, and it looks amazing. I'll probably post some videos of it actually a little bit later on, because this is also crypto and a fitness channel and a carpentry channel as well. I'm not a carpenter, but I've learned loads of carpentry. Right, here you go. Morning, Armin. Morning, Gnud. Hiya. And so going about my daily business, I just wanted to say that how much of a massive idiot, jerk, whatever you want to call him, OnChain is. OnChain, no one likes you. If they really did like you, your channel would have grown exponentially. It hasn't. It really hasn't. And you can't keep on bouncing off of everybody's crypto. Every crypto project that you've said that you've wanted to destroy, you've dented, hasn't really done a lot. I just don't know why you keep on getting bad blood for everybody and everything. I mean, your videos are completely uneducated, right? And people have made money out of them. People have made money out of the project. I've bought and sold Safu. I haven't been able to hodl all the time, but I've made money out of Safu. Made quite a bit of money out of Safu on the, over the time. So stop keeping hating on it. What's the? It's too early in the morning to get angry. It really is too early in the morning to get angry. So, video released. Probably one of the five most adventurous projects in the DeFi space. SafuuX being one of them. And everything sucks, according to OnChain. Nothing is real. Nobody can make money in Web3 space. Nobody can. Well, I'm afraid to say people have, and people will, and your opinions are crap. So, stop hating on everything and everyone. People make mistakes. I know I do. I know I have. I know I continue to make mistakes. Like, my biggest mistake was actually watching your whole video the other day just for the view hours, I don't like you at all. I think, in my humble opinion, you need to learn what crypto actually is, right? If you were going to hate a project that much, do you think you could have taken down Bitcoin? Do you think that you're actually affecting the entire greater market capitalization of the crypto space just because you have some opinions that are wrong? Grow up, man. Grow the F up. What a beautiful day it is in the UK today. What a beautiful day it is in the UK today. So I'm really looking forward to finishing off this flooring and hopefully getting paid for it today. Things in my life are looking incredibly up. I know I like to be honest on my channel, and I really enjoy doing these videos. These videos, no matter how much I get fear and trepidation in actually producing them and being judged and everything else like that, not once has anybody actually really harshly judged me. I've had a couple of negative comments on things. Great, but I haven't actually had a group of haters. What am I doing wrong if I don't have any haters? Wow. Man, all of us just need to relax. I know people have won money, people have lost money, right? But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm feeling good. You know, I don't have a great deal of SafuuX. I know what my plan is, you know. I think what I've got as a plan is good, you know. I think we're all gonna make it, you know, and it's a case of picking about half a dozen different coins and blockchains now. I don't think it's a case of actually looking at tokens, really. I mean, I'll hold a few tokens for sure, but I don't think it's a case of actually holding too many tokens, right? You've got to look for the places where they innovate, where they expand, they network, they communicate, they talk about things, right? All of that stuff. You want all of that stuff and more. Sorry about the shakiness, it's the quality of the British roads. Nobody's doing a bad job on safety. Nobody. And yeah, we're all defensive about the project because, you know, we've all had to learn the hard way. You know, with everything crypto. You know, is it real? Is it fake? I mean, I have my doubts. I'm sure many of us did, right? You know, I thought to myself, is this real? Is it not real? But it really has helped me out in my time of need. So, here we go. I have a goal. I've hit one of my goals. I have a goal by the end of March next year. I will have earned $10,000 in the crypto space, and I think that's a very realistic and achievable goal. And that's not about me continue to put in money on a weekly or monthly basis, which I will continue to do. But I think having my pension as far as Bitcoin goes is going to be much more advantageous than anything else, than the current markets. You know, Bitcoin will always be appreciating in some valley. I mean, we're obviously in a valley at the moment, but crypto is the future. I can't see how it's not going to be in the future. So yeah, I really didn't have an agenda to actually talk about things on this video. I actually just wanted to get on the video this morning and just literally smash out something so that I can give it to you all. Yeah. Hey, 20 billion almost. 20 million people have sacrificed. Yes, it's a con. Oh my God. Oh my God, $20 million of money has been conned out of everybody. I can't wait to see it get to 100 million. I reckon I'm throwing the gauntlet down. Brian, if you don't do 100 million, it's a con. I'd love to meet this 6'10" giant of a man. I tell you what, I don't know how you have managed to keep going, right? In previous lives, I've had like the fear of uncertainty and doubt, but with loads of different projects I've been involved, not crypto, but you know, I can't wait to see people's faces shortly. Right, I think the other thing I need to address is that if you've got $100 in Safuu right now, yes, you're going to make a bit of money, but you're not going to make 10 million. Get realistic. You know, you have to basically be a little bit more into it to actually do it. If you had 1,000, okay, yeah, you might make 20,000. You know, it's going to easily 20x. It could easily do more than that. And just my humble opinions, because we don't give advice on the show. So, yeah, I think life plans as well are emerging and changing very quickly. You know, the economy is tanking as a whole, right? We're going to be in a global recession, I think, for another 18 months. The British government in shambles, absolute bloody shambles. Liz Truss, shortest premiership of 39 days, right? You know, on Thursday saying she's not a quitter, on Friday saying she's resigning. Just grow up, yeah? You're making Joe Biden look smart. You've made him look smart. But fuck, Joe Biden, another blithering idiot, my humble opinion. Don't get me wrong, I don't think he's a bad guy. He's just probably 10 years too old to actually do the premiership job of the free world. Nobody makes money if there isn't a war on, you know. Big pharma, you know, there's always something big on. There's never a day of peace, because peace doesn't make money. Doesn't make money. Peace never makes money. Construction doesn't make money, debt makes money. It's a bit of a fucked up world, really, to be honest, when you look at it in that regard. But $20 million sacrificed, right? And that's, I checked it at 310 yesterday, and it was about 18 million. So I checked it this morning, it was 19,948. 19,448,000, I think it was. So every single dollar on that is trust. In God we trust, on the almighty crypto dollar. OnChain. If you tell somebody that they're shit once, you're gonna think, do you know what, that's a bit mean. I don't think I'm shit, right? But if you continuously tell them they're shit over an extended period of time, right, that person is then going to think, oh, maybe I am shit. It's called a war of attrition, right? A war of attrition, World War I, work it out. You can't knock off everybody. It's not gonna happen. You don't want to keep on doing this, you know. There's enough hate on this planet. I would love to see a video about something that you do like. God help it if you had a kid that you mildly didn't like. Jesus Christ. OnChain, do you know what? I hope your projects work out to be a massive success, but let me tell you something about non-fungible tokens and currency and paper money and crypto in general. It's only worth what somebody is willing to pay into it. Okay, you know, there's been a couple of record-breaking NFT selling, right? You know, between people, you know, that have got a ton of money. They're only buying and selling them because it's a tax write-off. You idiot, right? I'm glad that you've got something going on for you, right? I really do. I've learned not to hate people and things in general. You are reminding me about how fun it is to hate somebody for something, right? You're completely uneducated. You haven't read into things. I'm not saying uneducated in general, but if the shoe fits. If the shoe fits, my friend. You know, I live in Kent in the UK, and this is the kind of year where everything starts turning autumn colours, and I do the majority of my work in a place called Canterbury, which is a city, beautiful city, and it's surrounded in lovely green land, and it's beautiful. And every single morning when I do get to go to work, I'm driving into a sea of green and beautifulness, and I absolutely love it. Anyway, back to OnChain. OnChain, just come on. Hate on something else. right? You've hated on Safu right from the very beginning. You did an interview, well, you did a non-interview. And I know we're going over old ground here, but Jesus Christ, son, right? Everybody gave you a chance, right? If you're gonna fud in a proper way, right? He hasn't done this, he hasn't done that. Okay, I can only think of two things that Brian hasn't done, right? Well, in fact, actually one thing, because he's done the coffee now. The one thing he hasn't done is Safu Airways, because he thought, well, the blockchain would be better. And again, airlines are built on debt. And I think, you know, anybody with deep enough pocket, right? And actually, I don't think you actually really need much capital to actually start up an airline, because you can borrow it all against the actual aeroplanes as assets. All you got to do is, you know, show that you can actually pay for the aeroplane because you're going to fill it full of passengers. Hooters, for Christ's sakes, they did one in the 80s or early 90s, which collapsed very, very quickly. You know, that Indian billionaire, what's his name, had Sahara, King's Lager, is it Kingfisher Lager? He had an airway that went bust. You know, some of those pilots didn't get paid for nearly 2 years, yet they got up, they went out and they got in a flight just to keep the company running. You know, what's his name? Anyway, I would love you to kind of give a good argument on something, right? You know, the blockchain summit, all of that FUD that was delivered, and to be honest, I don't know whether you delivered any of it yourself, because I don't make it a real habit of actually watching all of your videos, because I know that every single time that I click on one of your videos, I'm effectively paying for you. You know, I don't want you to really have any of YouTube's money, because I don't think that you really deserve it. You know, I know that you're getting around about $10 a video. You know, I know that you're monetized and that you've got X amount of viewers hours. I'm sorry to say that I've actually attributed to some of those hours, right? But I don't think you've actually got any usable, readable content, right? You use your voice in a way to try and emphasize your own thoughts and your opinions. But I can't remember the last time that you actually said on your videos that these are my own thoughts and my own opinions. In fact, actually, you keep on saying that they're facts. Okay, the fact is that Brian's got a couple of failed projects. He hasn't failed on this one. The price, yes, has fallen, but let me tell you a little bit about tokenomics. I suggest you have a look at what a video about is tokenomics on chain, right? If you have a high rebasing token, you will have a sharp devaluation in it, right? Because as the token amount goes up, the value distribution goes down. Now, I wanted to do a bit of a calculation on this, and I actually wanted to try and see whether I could work out how much money needs to be put into Safu for that token to be $300 a coin. And I worked out that it was something close to, you know, nearly $20 million a day that he would have to put in, as in transactions, buys and sells, right? We did really well. I mean, we were doing like 2, 3, 5 a day. But as the amount of tokens went up, the value of it went down. It's the same as every other token on the planet. Don't forget, we didn't invest into anything else. We had a bit of BNB, we had a bit of BUSD as far as the wallets goes. We had Brian's backing. Brian was a millionaire. He didn't need to do any of this in the first place, right? You know, but what if he gets this right on chain? Will he be the most successful fraudster in the world? No, he won't be. The 2008 financial crisis was backed on the fact that somebody had a plan to actually group mortgages in bits and pieces together, right? Mortgage-backed securities by putting them in tranches. And yes, go and watch the film, The Big Short. You know, what was the other one? The Big Short with the guy from The Office. That was bloody amazing. I think I've watched that video 15 times. There was the other one, Margin Call. That was the start of it. You know, based on true stories. When people get poor, there's a few people that get rich. Michael Barry. That's a name you don't know. Michael Burry. Scion Capital. You know, the amount of FUD that guy went through, saying that, you know, he got laughed out of Wall Street, and yet he still continued to buy because he knew he was right. You know, Elon Musk. Let's talk about Elon Musk just for a second here, right? Elon Musk got laughed at by American heroes, English heroes, like Buzz Aldrin, saying that it's not a good idea for companies to go into space that isn't controlled by NASA and stuff. Look, he failed massively 4 times, 4 rockets, and he made it again. Now, one of the top 5 or 6 richest people on the planet, doing a better job than Richard Branson of Virgin Galactic, and doing a better job than Jeff Bezos. But I think they've all got 3 different goals and 3 different plans. Actually, I think we should do this, right? You know, if you really think that everything's a con and everything's a scam, what do you think inflation is? Inflation is basically saying the government and the banks need more money, so the tax is more. In England, if you buy a litre of unleaded petrol, let's just say a gallon, here it's going to cost you around about £8 a gallon. $8.90 a gallon. That's pounds. So you add the conversion into dollars, you're looking at about nearly $9.90, $10.20, depending. Right? In the UK, tax on petrol, there's tax on top of tax, on top of tax, on top of tax. So we get taxed essentially 3 times for the same product. For a litre of fuel, it probably costs between 58 and 62p per litre to actually make. You know, or for the companies to sell it at. You know, dude, I don't want to talk about you anymore, but I just find it fun, because when you just talk crap all the time and you don't talk facts, you say that these are facts. Okay, yes, you say that the price is facts, the price is facts. Right? Doesn't matter. The token didn't actually technically earn anything. Every token is effectively Ponzinomics. It is, right? You get in the beginning, you make a little bit of money, and you carry on putting in money and putting in money and putting money and putting money, and eventually everything goes to zero. But you know, you've probably dipped the market so many different times because of your so-called facts, right? It's the blockchain. Brian Legend is stealing my money. No, it's not. People are just reacting to your bullshit channel. And all of your sheep, right? Pick up a book, guys. Been talking for 24 minutes now. It doesn't feel like it's 10 minutes. Right. Here's the plan. My original plan was to strategize and actually keep on buying Safuu in between times, and I am actually still encouraged to actually do that, a small amount a month. I might just buy 100 Safuu a month, like $50 worth. And then if it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I haven't really got a care in the world. I mean, the fire pit's up to 26%. People are still buying Safuu and sacrificing it. So yeah. Right, guys, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say this in closing. If you've got a really decent argument to FUD on a project, fantastic. Go for it. Launch your opinions and the facts that are there, but don't class your opinions as your facts. That's bad YouTube. Bad YouTube. OnChain, you're a bad YouTuber. I mean, I know I don't cut my videos, everything's unedited, and I basically just still write out all of my topics on my video. But you really need to look at yourself and say, well, do you know what, I've achieved things. OnChain, I dare you to say a project that you like, or anything you like. I can imagine him picking up a bag of Doritos and start eating them. It's like, oh, Doritos. Other chips are available. The cool chips are amazing. I love the flavor. I love the crispiness. I love the texture. I love the knottiness of the little black bits in there, you know. My opinion is that people are going to make a lot of money out of SafuuX, right? And I still think that it will be bigger in Bitcoin inside of about 5 to 7 years, maybe a little bit sooner. It certainly could rival the amount of transactions that it's got, you know, very, very quickly. If we get to 100 million, maybe even 200 million, right, the value of the coin will actually skyrocket on day one anyway. Yeah. Unfortunately, my opinions and my facts are my own. All I want to say is, OnChain, like, you've done your best. Just, it's time to hang up your fudding hat and try something else, right? Because you're letting the people that could make money not make money. This is Crypto for UK, coming out from almost Canterbury. I love you all. I hope to earn your like, your share, and your subscribe. And if you hate me, please tell me. Maybe I'll do a video on you too. I'm gonna go and do some wood things. I will see you all soon.